this is mostly me recording this to show it off to my friends, but I figured I would go ahead and do a thing that Bell always does, which is I put a build together, it finally got online, I finally hit 84 and could equip all of my gear to it. The quick idea here is I've got Law of the Wilds, which is summoning spectral wolves. I got the subsequent Dark Monarch. This is the thing that I need to level 84 for, that doubles my spectral wolves. I'm going to be using Cyclone to hit very, very fast and crit very, very fast so that I can try and get 27 wolves. I got a Squire so that I could I could get 6 supports onto my wolves. I've got a Cyclone that is casting 3 offerings against the corpses spawned by Corpse Walker, which I can have because of Leash of Oblation. This is by far my most unique, specific build. And so I've got these 4 items here trying to desperately, well, I also have a Cloak of Flames, which I feel is probably important for me to deal with fizz damage at all. But I felt pretty decent in the last thing I did. I've got a decent amount of block. You'll see that that number looks like that right now, but let's go ahead and give myself some of those, and you can see it's up to 76, 78. So pretty good. And then what? Probably not impressive, worth writing home life evasion ES, but you know, we're gonna hope it survives. So I am gonna go in here, I'm gonna find one of my tier 14s I haven't done, and I'm gonna just blast through it. I think it's neat because I don't even have my 3rd ascendancy, or 4th ascendancy. That's gonna go into the feral bloodline once I get it, so maybe I'll do another short video if that really changes things. So I kind of like to keep track of how many wolves do I have at any given time. I'm up to 21, and once I get to 27, that kind of just sits there, invoking them so that I can kind of like dump 27 wolves on the place. Red Beast can sometimes take a bit, but boy, that guy went down pretty fast for a Red Beast. I have a couple of link options actually. If I need something a little bit more tanky, I put Meat Shield on my wolves just so that they'll soak hits from hard topics. Otherwise, I'm putting Feeding Frenzy on, so they'll go out and help me with clear. I do have a little bit of personal damage. I mostly care about my personal damage that I have decent damage. See, that's going to be a fun... this is going to be a fun ritual. Yeah. Also have Rallying Cry. I'm not sure how important that is. Oh, there was a little bit of corrupted blood I had on me. This guy. Dump all my wolves on me. Why'd you have so much health? The wolves flood out to try and deal with stuff. Alright, let's see what happens here. I did say I thought this was going to be a big ritual, so this might just squash me flat. I don't know about my survival here. I don't know. I feel like my wolves are just eating so much meat. to top up mostly mana, but also give myself a few more kills if needed. Yeah, mostly I just spin around and try and have decent evasiveness. Hopefully I don't get one shot. I'm tempted, you can see if I take a hit to my life, it comes back very quick because I do have life on hit. I've been toying with the idea of replacing that with ES Leech, just so that I'll always have like better ES options.
When I'm ready and not before.
Let's see. But right now I have melee splash. I do have a multi-strike and a meat shield if the move strikes me. Especially if I'm like doing any sort of harder boss. This build was I'm mostly excited because this build did not feel online, but like as soon as I put on that Dark Monarch, yeah, everything clicked into place. So we'll see how it goes once I get to T16s, but right now I'm in T14s. This build probably has like... I think I might have put a couple of div into this build, mostly to get some decent rings and amulets. None of the actual equipment is really that expensive. I started this. Just forgot about it. Embarrassing. Let's see. But I don't. The other nice thing is, like, I don't really have to worry about minion life because I am replenishing these guys. Ooh, is that a map boss? Nice.
Defended.
Now let's drop all my wolves on here.
Oh, yes.
There you go. Yeah, sometimes I feel like the wolves don't necessarily know what they're supposed to be doing, but then I convoke them, and they're happy to mostly attack whatever I run into. If you have suggestions, feel free to send them my way. My next goal is to try and get spell scrutch, which is probably going to be expensive because it's almost certainly like getting 100 is gonna probably require making some harder choices on the tree, and then also getting some tattoos because there's just not enough. I do need to see if I'm over on my spell block though, and how much over I am, because I might have some opportunities there. Something anything worth writing home about? No. Sure, let's roll the dice. Is hope any good? Probably not, but I don't have any more rerolls, so how is this? Ooh, that's bad. That might have been for another build I had in mind. Sure. Do I have anything else I wanted to do here? I should have grabbed those 2 chaos while I had a chance. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to shut it down. Thank you for checking this out, and if you have any suggestions, Kodra, I think Kodra 22 at B-Sky, but you can just shout them into the void or leave them on this channel. But yeah. Alright. Later.